I just wanted to pop on here and share another section of the Wildcraft Play training videos that I have crafted for folks that are wanting to get a little bit more intel on what we do and how we do it. When people say they want to know the activities that we do, well, it's not just one activity or another activity. It's a progression of activities that are designed to hook children, engage them, leave them wanting more, and the sneaky part of it is that we are teaching them some life skills and some environmental practices and some mental practices through the activities that we're doing without them knowing. And we also get to meet objectives that we might have, but again, it's through story, it's through play, it's not through didactic practices where we teach them what they need to know. So I'm going to hit play on a section of the video training that we offer in Wildcraft Play, and I hope this interests you. And I will be presenting some more training videos and making that accessible in our Wildcraft Play private training group. So if you're interested in that, what we're going to do is make it as accessible as possible. We'll do a monthly payment plan if folks want to access that group, and we will have resources available for folks to download, and I will make myself available on a regular basis for questions and answers around all of the things, because I recognize everybody's at a different place in their sphere. So I'm just gonna swap images and hit play on this video, and I hope it works for you.
So I kind of created these tokens to identify the different types of things that might be important to you as a facilitator, to yourself, or to the children. So from your perspective, so I often get everyone to put your hat on as an educator, but then try to put your hat on as a child, from the perspective of a child. What do you find is most important? So if we were to stack up all these coins and lay them all out, I decided, okay, so we've got maybe a couple of things that might come up over the span of your training that can be added to this list, because maybe you have something very important that you want to add. Maybe it's cultural, maybe it's spiritual, maybe it is academic, maybe there's something you want to add. So I just want to put these couple of coins aside for you to be able to add to this mix. And as I start laying these out, I just want you to see that there's no rhyme and reason to how I'm laying them out. I'm just putting one after the other in random places just to get the ball rolling on the types of things that this platform, this movement, incorporates. So we've got social and emotional skills, we've got their moral response to things, we have their mental engagement, we have consciousness, we have spirituality, we have their physical engagement, they have identity, we work on equity, we talk about a sense of place, we talk about how they play, we talk about props. And ultimately, it's all for that child. So I just want to bring you into that central picture for a moment. The reason I choose that symbol, this symbol comes from the Celtic wedding band called the claddagh. And what it shows is the crown, or the head, the hands, and the heart. So you've probably heard that term before: head, hands, and heart. So you use your head to demonstrate the mental skills, you use your hands demonstrating the physical skills, and you use your heart demonstrating the heart skills. So in our program, we use a lot of hand skills and heart skills and head skills. But the other thing is that I had a professor who he always said, you can't show them what you know until you show them that you care. And that's what this symbol represents. right now, is that you can't show them what's in your head until you show them that you care. And the way that we show them that we care is through many, many aspects of engagement and getting on the same page as them. And instead of teaching them, we actually let them lead, and we develop trust in all sorts of different ways. And sometimes we have to, lay our boundaries down a little bit stronger so they're really clear about how to succeed. And a lot of that is in the training in this program. So I'm just pulling a few of the pages out of the manual that you receive, and just to share a little bit of the type of training that you get in this training program. So this is dedicated to what I call the Earth Guides, which you will become by the end of this training, who continue to inspire wonderment and love for the Earth. Children need adults who understand the relationship between boredom and creativity. Adults willing to spend time in nature with kids willing to set the stage so that kids can create their own play and enter nature through their own imagination. This is by Richard Louv. He wrote Last Child in the Woods. This is our table of contents. I'm just kind of throwing it out there, letting you have a peruse of the types of things that you'll be going through. In Module 1, we get into the concepts, our core practices, down to the pedagogy, guided discovery learning, the hummingbird approach, ways to engage, some of the mechanics of gamification and gameplay, and the difference between gamification and what I call gameplay. And Module 2 is how to play Wildcraft Play. So prepare to play through assessing the scene, risk management, definition of risk, and setting the scene. That's a big deal. Diving down into the facilitation tactics with Wildcraft Play and behind the scenes, what it takes to prepare. And then we get more into your initial activity. What are the first few steps of the activities? What do you get into? And then what to do with the gold coins, what to do as you progress through the day. And finally, the last section, Module 3, has to do with all the risk management planning, your props, online training, and resources and references, and online resources as well. So I'll be giving a little introduction and sharing some information with you, but the ultimate thing I want you to see is the outcomes for the children. Wildcraft Play is meant to feel like a mix between playing a board game, being a character in a video game, and like a role-play game such as Dungeons & Dragons. The difference about Wildcraft Play is that it's in real life, where the board is the land, the children are the game pieces, and you are the crafter. You're the guide, you're the facilitator of their experience. Some children say that it's the best of all three worlds. It's like a video game, but it's in real life, where you get to play with your friends. It's like that video game, and it's in nature. And they call it in the nature. This game produces many outcomes for adults. Here are just a few outcomes you can experience. Active outdoor play, earth conscious practices, social and emotional literacy, academics, entrepreneurship, storytelling, coping strategies, conflict resolution strategies, contribution, financial literacy, ecological literacy, adventures, etc., etc. So we have 4 core practices. I will be sharing more specifically in the training about the left brain and the right brain and how we engage both through these activities, and engaging through physical play. Some people want to have access to swords and archery, but others are happy with just a microscope on the grass. Engaging in earth conscious practices. This comes from a lifetime of experiencing and witnessing this emergence and education around environmental stewardship with the lens of Indigenous ways of knowing. And without cultural appropriation, my intention is to be able to share some of these Indigenous ways of knowing in what I call earth conscious practices, and show the difference between cultural appropriation and what is welcome in any educational space. And finally, with our 4 core practices is enhancing social and emotional skills. Now, on the bigger perspective, the first training you go through is what I call Act 1. And Act 1 includes a sense of self for humanity and connection with others in unity. So it's all about the children in the program, in the activity, in the game, learning how to play the game, learning how to interact with each other, and starting to meld, starting to have that group consciousness. Then, when they've completed all the tasks for that, they graduate to Act 2, which is the next set of training. And that includes being in service for our community, giving back to the earth in some capacity. And that's really, child-led and a little bit of guidance. Then Act 3 is the third set of training, reaching beyond our region, thinking globally, thinking how can we make a difference to the world? How can we actually create a global movement? And Act 4, its own training, is leaving a legacy and living in serenity and abundance. So that's really an opportunity to contribute and give back to this whole journey of crafting wild play. I named the hummingbird approach. So my research in 2017, I defended my thesis. It's called the hummingbird approach, and it was a case study of guided discovery learning for children in nature. And so I will be sharing a couple of different videos, making it accessible to you, so you can learn more about what I learned in this case study and what you get to gain from the information and resources if you're into more of the academic or statistics and theories that are behind this whole game.
And there you have it. Just a portion of the training of wildcraft play. So I hope this is of interest to you. So feel free to reach out and connect with me if you want to have more specific direct training in the game of wildcraft play with all the activities and fun resources that we have for you. Otherwise, take care and have a lovely day.